A empezar, escribimos la fecha, viernes 1 de mayo de 2020 o lunes 4 de mayo, etc. Escribimos el título, piensa globalmente, lo subrayamos. Vale, para empezar, vamos a hacer algo de la última clase, last lesson. El último tema y el año pasado. So you have 3 activities here. So a bit more than 3 activities to start with, but we need to recall things that we have done in the past. Yeah? Ok, para empezar, escribimos 5 grupos de alimentos en español. So write 5 food groups in Spanish. Remember, for example, lácteos, dairy, or grasa, fat. So write those one. You will have to look into the notes from the last lesson. Traduce. Contiene, hay demasiado, llevo una dieta sana. So translate these 3 sentences, very short. And then traducimos el párrafo. Translate this paragraph. Again, use the notes from the last lesson and module 8, the vocab booklet. Yeah. If you don't have the vocab booklet, remember you have that uploaded into MS Teams. Just go to Files and then go to Vocabulary, Module 8. Okay, second activity, last topic. So, right, so don't do this one, really, because this is something that we have not done yet. What I want you to do is to do this one, number 2 in the last topic. So yes, conjugate. I work, I used to work, and I would like to work. To work, the infinitive is trabajar. So how do you say that in the present tense? How do you say that in the imperfect tense? And in the conditional tense, I would like to work. Don't do this one either. Yeah? And por último, lastly, el año pasado, last year. So for this one, I want you to write 5 things that you can do on your phone and tablet. This is what we did in year 9 when we first met in September. It's been a long time because that was in year 9. However, this is module 3. So you can go in your booklet to module 3 and just say, for example, I listen to music, I chat to my friends, and so on. Yeah? Then put these 3 verbs in Spanish. So how do you say I download? The infinitive is descargar, in case you have forgotten that. It's an ella verb. So how do you say that in the past tense? And then again, conditional tense. And you can translate this one. Yeah? Please do not use Google Translate. Let's see if we can manage to do it properly. Now, pause the video, do the activity, and then mark that in red con un boli rojo. Vale, so contiene is it contains, hay demasiado, demasiada, there is too much. Llevo una dieta sana, I lead a healthy diet. Or I have a healthy diet. I'm happy with either. The paragraph translate is normalmente llevo una dieta sana, suelo comer. Remember, after suelo you need an infinitive. Muchas frutas porque contienen, you need the N there because frutas is plural, vitaminas y minerales. No como dulces porque contienen, again with an N, because dulces is plural, mucho azúcar. Right, that one I asked you to do, I work is trabajo, I used to work, trabajaba, it's an ella verb, so in the imperfect tense it gets the aba. And I would like to work, me gustaría trabajar, then this one I asked you not to do it, so let's move to this one. So 5 things that you can do on your phone, it can be, for example, descargo música, descargo aplicaciones y melodías, hablo con mis amigos, chateo con mis amigos, mando mensajes, leo mensajes, anything like that. Module 3, you check the sentences there. Okay, I download, descargo, I downloaded, descargué, yeah. Check the spelling there, you need a U, you don't pronounce it, but you write it. And I will I would download, descargaría. In the paragraph, anoche is last night. Descargué una nueva canción por mi grupo favorito. Let's make a change there. It's better if we put here de mi grupo favorito. Y escuché música en mi dormitorio. Dormitorio o habitación. ¿Yeah? Habitación is fine as well. Vale, ahora. Para la próxima semana, for next week, write down this vocabulary. Escribimos el vocabulario. It's things that we saw in the introduction to module 8. Try to revise this one. Yeah? So, se debería. Remember, this is a new structure. It goes with an infinitive. It means you should. Yeah? So, you should turn off the lights. Se debería apagar la luz. Separar la basura, separate the rubbish, reciclar, plástico, recycle plastic. Now, I'm not going to read all of them. Just write them down. If there's any word that you don't know how to pronounce, just let me know and I can send a voice message on MS Teams to the whole group. Possibly the most difficult one could be this one. It's not difficult, looks challenging. It's desenchufar. Desenchufar. Yeah? Right. Vale. Hoy vamos a hablar sobre problemas en el mundo. We are going to be talking about problems in the world. Normally when I upload the lessons, it loses a bit of quality. So just open the PowerPoint if you cannot read the words properly. Okay. Escuchamos y repetimos. We are going to listen, you are going to repeat. Even though we are not in class, just repeat so that we remember these words and you practice pronunciation. Okay, 1. La contaminación de los ríos. La contaminación de los ríos. Now, I want you to think about what do you think it could be. I'm not going to just tell you just now. Ríos, we saw that in Module 5. It was rivers. So think about what it could be by looking at the picture, even though it's a bit blurry. Número 2. Escuchamos y repetimos. La drogadicción. La drogadicción. What do you think that could be? ¿Vale? 3. Los sin hogar. Los sin hogar. ¿Ok? ¿Qué puede ser? What can that be? ¿Ok? Letra D. El hambre. El hambre. ¿Ok? ¿Qué puede ser? What can that be? ¿Ok? La obesidad. Oh, perdón. La obesidad. That's a cognate. ¿Qué puede ser? What can that be? Los animales en peligro de extinción. Los animales en peligro de extinción. ¿Okay? ¿Qué puede ser? Animales, peligro, extinción. ¿Ok? G. La pobreza. La pobreza. ¿Vale? Y por último, H, el paro, el desempleo. El paro, el desempleo. Those are synonyms, right? Okay, so repeat that a few times. You repeated that with me twice, but I would say each word, in order for you to remember it, just look at it and at home, say that 6-7 times. It really helps. That's why we do that in lessons, because the more that you pronounce it, the more that you say that out loud, the more that you will remember. Okay, do that very quickly. Vale, ahora escribimos vocabulario. Write down subtitle, vocabulario, subrayamos, we underline. Now we have some letters here. These are no random. These are the first. Each letter is the initial of a word. For example, this one, the L, represents la here. The C represents contaminación. De, el, los. And R, can you remember that one? It was ríos. So, write down these initials and next to it, what they mean. Because you have said that a few times aloud, you should remember some of them. But for example, if you forgot what D is or the H here, by all means, go back to the other slide. You have the PowerPoint, yeah? Vale. Con un boli rojo, o sea, pausamos, we pause, do the activity, hacemos la actividad. Vale, con un boli rojo corregimos. Okay, mark that quickly. A, la contaminación de los ríos. B, la drogadicción. C, los sin hogar. D, el hambre. E, la obesidad. F, los animales en peligro de extinción. G, la pobreza. H, el paro, el desempleo. Now, I'm not going to tell you what they mean one by one. You will have to work that out in a moment. Vale, ahora tenemos 4 textos. Tenemos 4 textos, ¿vale? Tenemos 6 frases. 6 frases. Buscamos las frases en el texto, ¿vale? So you are going to read the text, so write leer in your book, and write in English these 6 sentences and the equivalent. The equivalent is around here. So the most serious problem, where is it? Yeah, so we looking that, we can find it here. El problema más serio. You see problema, problem, serio, serious. The most polluted river with ríos, you have to look for that. Conditions. You just look for that. There are complex, most of them. Now, and before you do that, these words I asked you to work out. Now, it's the time for you to write down the meaning. If you go to Module 8, you can find them. So very quickly, do that. I'm going to tell you what they mean, but before I tell you, just pause it and look for the meaning yourself. So, contaminación de los ríos is the pollution of rivers. Drogadicción, drug addiction. Los sin hogar, homeless. El hambre, the hunger. Obesidad, obesity. Animales en peligro de extinción, animals that and I forgot the words. About to be extinct, okay? La pobreza, poverty, el paro or desempleo, unemployment. Right? Now that you have that, look for that in the text. Okay? Okay. Let's mark this very quickly. The most serious problem, el problema más serio, the most polluted river, el río más contaminado, the poorest conditions, las condiciones más pobres, the highest rate of unemployment, la tasa más alta de desempleo, the worst problem, el peor problema, the greatest number of obese people, mayor número de obesos. Right, now we are going to do a listening activity. It's going to be really, really easy. So just write escuchar in your book. Escuchar. And what you are going to do is you are going to tell me which ones of these 8 topics they mention. Are they talking about pollution in the rivers? Are they talking about homeless people? Or what are they talking about? Yeah, so I'm going to put it here a bit bigger for you. Yeah, so for example, for number 1, it's going to be G and D. That's going to be the example. Yeah, so they're going to be talking about la pobreza and D, el hambre. Write down the 2 letters for each number. Yeah, we listen to that twice.
Unidad 1. Piensa globalmente. Página 156. Ejercicio 1. Escucha y lee. Escribe las dos letras correctas.
1. Para mí, el mayor problema global es la desigualdad social. En mi zona hay gente que vive en las condiciones más pobres del país. Muchos no tienen suficiente comida. No es justo.
2.
En mi opinión, el peor problema es la destrucción del medio ambiente. Vivo cerca del río Motagua, el río más contaminado de Guatemala. También me preocupan los animales, como el puma.
3. En mi país, el problema más serio es la salud. Estados Unidos tiene el mayor número de obesos del mundo y demasiados drogadictos. Me preocupa mucho. 4.
Lo más preocupante es la crisis económica. Creo que mi país tiene la tasa más alta de desempleo de Europa. Por eso hay muchas personas sin hogar. ¡Qué pena!
Vale. Ahora corregimos con un boli rojo. This one was an easy one because you had the text in front of you, but you still had to work out the topic. So, con el boli rojo. Número 1, GD, 2AF, 3EB, 4HC. Right, can you write in red? Boli rojo. If you don't have one, it's fine. But try to get used. Try to use the routines that we had in lessons. So, boli rojo, escribimos qué ha ido bien y cómo mejorar. What went well, how to improve. It can be, for example, that in the listening you were able to, without reading the text, you were able to recognize the topic. And something to improve, it could be to get familiar with some of the new vocabulary. Or it can be, for example, that what you did very well was to recognize the topic with the help of the text, and something to improve it next time, not using the text, something like that. Yeah? Okay, so, and this is the list of words that we have translated earlier. Yeah? Okay, vamos a continuar. Vale. Okay, so far in this module 8, we have seen a few grammar points. One of them was se debería plus the infinitive, we should or you should plus the infinitive. And what we are going to do now is we are going to talk about the superlative, this thing that is here, superlative. Now, what is the superlative? So far, sometimes we have talked about the comparatives. We did that in year 9, a bit in year 10, where you have to say someone is more or less than someone else. For example, Peter is taller than his brother. Yeah, something like that. Or, I don't know, Juan is less hardworking than his dad. Something like that. Now, superlative is when you say someone is the most. For example, or the least. For example, my dad is the tallest one in the family. Or my brother is the most intelligent person in his class. Or my brother is the least hardworking person in his work. Something like that. So how does it work? Right, so you will have to write down this grammar box, the green one, all of it, please, all of it, so that you have that in your book. Now, so first of all, you need an article that is the in English, but you know that we have el if it's masculine singular, la if it's feminine singular. For example, la casa or la chica. Los, masculine plural, los chicos, see? Las is feminine plural, las chicas. Then you need the noun. So for example, el chico, ¿vale? And then you need either to say more or less. So more is más, and then menos is less. And then the adjective, yeah? And the adjective has to agree in number and gender with the noun. So if the noun is masculine singular, this has to be masculine singular. Two examples. El lago más limpio, the cleanest lake. So you have lago ends in no, that's the noun. So that's why we have el singular más limpio. Or la montaña más alta, the highest mountain. Now there are some exceptions. There are a couple that are written differently. El mayor o menor problema, the greatest or the smallest problem, la mejor o peor solución, the best and worst solution. You already knew this one, yeah? Well, you have learned things like the worst thing is, lo peor es que, or lo mejor es que. So now you have to use that in a different context. Now, okay, let's now that you copy that, in your book you write grammatica, you underline that, and you have here 6 sentences, but they are jumbled. So you have to unjumble these sentences, put that in order. So for example, the first one, what I'm trying to say here is Teresa is the most kind or the kindest. So how are you going to do that? So I'm going to tell you the first one together. So for the first one, it's going to be Teresa es la más simpática. Yeah? Teresa es la más simpática. Now, I've got some hints for the other two. So my RA teacher or RS teacher is the worst. My mom is the least patient. Now, for 4, 5, 6, you have to do the same thing, but I'm not going to give you the hint. Just try to work it out yourself. Okay, so pause the video and I'll tell you the answers. Okay, number 2, boli rojo, red pen. Mi profe de religión es la peor. Mi profe de religión es la peor. Número 3, mi madre es la menos paciente. Mi madre es la menos paciente. 4, you wanted to say that my friends are the best ones. So you say, mis amigos son los mejores. Mis amigos son los mejores. 5, you want to say, Iñaki, that's a name for, it's a name for a boy. It's normally a name that people use in the north of Spain. So Iñaki is the most handsome. So you have to say Iñaki es el más guapo. Iñaki es el más guapo. And the last one, you want to say your brother is the youngest one. So tu hermano es el más joven. Tu hermano es el más joven. Vale, continuamos. Okay, so we did that earlier. So we translated the most serious problem, problema serio, the most polluted river, el río más contaminado. So we did saw some comparatives and some superlative earlier. Just pause the video, have a look to see, if we understand that. If we don't understand how it was formed, then just drop me a line and I'll try to explain to you in a message on MS Teams. Right, so for example, the first one, by the way, this is not a really an activity. This is for you to see something that we have seen in the other activity. So, más serio is more serious, más contaminado, no, most polluted. So these are the other examples. Right, okay, so we are going to do a listening now. We are going to listen to 3 people, and what you want to do is to write down the most serious problem. Yeah, so what we need to do, we're going to listen to it 1 second. Okay, so we listen to 1, 2, 3 people. Ignore this, yeah? And you just tell me which one is the most serious problem out of these ones. Not the problem that is mentioned, because they may mention more than one. You just want to know which one is the most serious one.
Página 156. Ejercicio 3. Escucha las entrevistas. Apunta el problema más serio del ejercicio 1 a H. 1. Ania, ¿cuál es el mayor problema global?
Un problema muy serio actualmente es los sin hogar. Es terrible. Mucha gente no tiene casa porque no tiene trabajo. Así que, en mi opinión, el paro es el mayor problema.
¿Qué hay que hacer?
Hay que crear más empleo.
Right, so you may have not understood everything that I said. You are not supposed to. You just need to listen to what is the problem that is more serious. Yeah, so do not worry if you didn't understand every word. Hay que means we have to. Yeah, we're going to have a look at that in the next lesson. But let's listen to number 1 again and see if you can find out what is the most serious problem.
Ania, ¿cuál es el mayor problema global?
Un problema muy serio actualmente es los sin hogar. Es terrible. Mucha gente no tiene casa porque no tiene trabajo. Así que, en mi opinión, el paro es el mayor problema.
¿Qué hay que hacer?
Hay que crear más empleo.
2. Óscar, ¿cuál es el problema más serio para ti?
La destrucción del medio ambiente y, sobre todo, la contaminación de los ríos y los mares. El hambre es un problema serio, pero si no hay agua, no hay futuro.
¿Qué hay que hacer?
Hay que cuidar el planeta.
Óscar, ¿cuál es el problema más serio para ti?
La destrucción del medio ambiente y, sobre todo, la contaminación de los ríos y los mares. El hambre es un problema serio, pero si no hay agua, no hay futuro.
¿Qué hay que hacer?
Hay que cuidar el planeta.
3. Petra, en tu opinión, ¿cuál es el problema global más serio?
Hay demasiados problemas. La obesidad, la drogadicción, pero el peor problema hoy en día es la pobreza porque tiene más víctimas.
¿Qué hay que hacer?
Hay que apoyar proyectos de ayuda.
Petra, en tu opinión, ¿cuál es el problema global más serio.
Hay demasiados problemas. La obesidad, la drogadicción, pero el peor problema hoy en día es la pobreza porque tiene más víctimas.
¿Qué hay que hacer?
Hay que apoyar proyectos de ayuda.
Right, so let's have a look. So for number 1, this is the transcript. Yeah. So the most serious problem was unemployment. If you read this sentence, says el paro es el mayor problema. So paro, we said earlier, was unemployment. That's the greatest problem. So they try to trick you here with where they say, homeless people is a serious problem. However, later on they say that this is the most serious problem. Here they say, what do we have to do? We have to create more employment, right? So that is the part that you need to have a look at. So number 2, right, so sobre todo, that's a nice connective. I suggest that you write it down. It means above all or especially. So it says la destrucción del medio ambiente, yeah, so destruction of the environment, and especially the pollution of rivers and mares and the sea, yeah. So that was the pollution of the rivers. Then they mentioned another problem, which is hunger. However, they were talking about these as being the most serious one. And then what do we have to do? ¿Qué hay que hacer? Hay que cuidar el planeta. We have to look after the planet. Right, and the last one. Right, so we have el peor here, the worst problem. Yeah, so it says there are too many problems. There are many obesity, drug addiction. However, but the worst problem nowadays is pobreza, poverty. Yeah, and we have to support projects to help. Right. Okay. So now we have this text. What I want you to do is to read it. Perhaps underline some sentences, some structures that are gonna help you a little bit. For example, me quedé. You have learned me quedo, me quedé is like I stay. It also means, the first sentence means I was homeless 4 years ago. Yeah, hace 4 años, 4 years ago. So firstly, primero, perdí mi trabajo, I lost my job, y no encontré otro, and I did not find another one, porque había mucho desempleo, because there was a lot of unemployment. Yeah, había, we have seen that as imperfect tense. Now you have 6 sentences here. Just write leer and answer them in English. So let's do the first one together. It says, in which 2 ways was Enrique unlucky with work? Right. So first of all, he lost it. Yeah, perdí mi trabajo, and then he did not find another one. Yeah, so that's the 2 ways. Now pause the video. Any words that you find difficult, go to word reference and module 8 to help you do it. You have a challenge here, so use what you do know to deduce the precise meaning of the words and phrases underlined in yellow. So the things that are in yellow, what do you think they mean? Because they are quite useful to know. Now pause the video and let's have a look at this together. Number 2, why did he lose his flat? Right, so it says, luego perdí mi piso ya que no tenía dinero para pagar el alquiler. Well, he lost it because he did not have money to pay the rent. Now, if you didn't know that el alquiler is rent, you should have looked that up on web reference, but it means rent. What does Enrique describe as the most terrible moment of his life? It says here, fue el momento más terrible de mi vida. It was the most terrible moment of my life. So we have to go a bit before that. It says, una noche sufrí agresiones por parte de una banda de jóvenes. Qué miedo. Qué miedo is how scary. So one night I suffered aggressions by a group of young people. Yeah, so that is the answer. Right, number 4, what did Enrique do the following week? Okay. Después pasé una semana en la calle. Right, so fue muy duro. For Maduro, it was very hard, it was very difficult. So what he did after that, he spent 1 week on the streets. How did he get out of this situation? He says, por fin, which is like finally, like finalmente, it's like very connective, encontré un centro de ayuda donde una voluntaria, Ana, me ayudó un montón. Un montón, we have seen that before. It means like a lot. It's another way of saying mucho. So he found like a help center where a volunteer, whose name is Anna, helped him a lot. You know, that's how he got out of the situation. And 6, where does Enrique intend to work in the future? So he said, si tengo éxito, if I'm successful in this job, in the future, en el futuro trabajaré. Remember this future tense that we saw in January or December, yeah? Trabajaré para una organización humanitaria. He will work for a humanitarian organization. Right, so those are the answers. Yes, make sure that you have that in red. And can you again please write in red what, when, well, and even better if. So for example, maybe cognates help you out, something you need to improve is new vocabulary, or revising past, present, and future, yeah, because it's a text, so they are mixed up, like me quedé, había, trabajaré, si tengo. There's a lot of verb tenses that we have learned, but they are together, so it can be a bit confusing to know if they're talking about past, present, and future. Right, okay, so earlier I was saying, in the next lesson we're going to learn about I que, and we did that in the listening activity a little bit. I que means we have to. We have to. So for example, if you say, what do we do to save the planet? Or we have to blah, blah, blah. Yeah? Right, so it requires an infinitive after que. So hay que cuidar el planeta means we have to look after a planet. Can you write these 6 sentences with hay que? You just have to put that in front of it, literally. So in your book, you have to write grammar and write hay que followed by infinitive and write the 6 examples and translate them. So hay que cuidar el planeta, we have to look after a planet. Hay que crear más empleo. What do you think that could be? We have to create more employment. Hay que hacer campañas publicitarias. Campañas like campaigns, or it can be projects, yeah? So, hay que reducir el consumo. We have to reduce. What do you think consumo could be? Hay que apoyar proyectos de ayuda. We saw proyectos de ayuda earlier. Apoyar, you know, supporting. So we have to support what? Hay que usar productos verdes. We have to use green. What? And then you have 4 sentences here. Can you translate them? And your challenge is to translate this into Spanish using these and also connectives. You must is also hay que. Yeah? So you can say we have to or you must. That's how you translate it. Right, para evitar la contaminación atmosférica hay que cuidar el planeta. Okay, what do you think that could be? Don't use Google Translate, please. I'm sure that you can work it out. Then, to be more translation practice here. So there are 4 sentences. You have some help with the colors, yeah? So it's in my country there are a lot of homeless people. So in my country there are, how do you say there are? Is that word that we always forget? Is hay. So there is lots of, you can say un montón. Yeah, un montón that we learned earlier. Or you can say muchos, or muchas, or mucho, or mucha. Homeless people, we saw that earlier, los sin hogar. Okay, so I'm going to give you the answers. Please hope that you didn't use Google Translate. So, number 1. En mi país hay un montón de personas sin hogar. O hay muchas personas sin hogar. Número 2. El problema más serio es la pobreza. You need to say la pobreza. Number 3, you can say me preocupa. Me preocupa el medio ambiente. ¿Vale? Me preocupa el medio ambiente. Okay? Number 4, you can say tenemos que, or you can say hay que, that we learned earlier. So hay que crear o tenemos que crear más trabajos y comprar productos verdes. And right, and just for you to finish, yeah, that's it. There's like for you to finish. Actually, let's skip this activity. Yeah, let's just skip it. And just for you to finish. Yeah, this is the writing. This is very important, and I need you to use Module 8, the booklet. I need you to use the complex structures, past, present, and future, connectives. We forget about them. Por eso, además, también, opinions, and so on. Right, so everyone needs to write 150 words. Does not matter that I asked you to do foundation or higher, everyone, because otherwise it's very, very short. And you are going to write about these elements here. So first, ¿cómo es tu ciudad? What is your city like? And you have to mention these things. It's a bit blurry, so I'm going to read that out loud. So mention where you live. Obviously, that doesn't have to be true. Just make it up. So for example, I live in the south of London. Describe your town. So describe it. You know, what is London like? What is there? What isn't there in your town? You know? So en mi ciudad hay centros comerciales. Yeah? And then make a negative sentence. What is there not in the town? Make it up. Yeah? Maybe you say, in London there's no theme parks. En Londres no hay parques de atracciones. Just make it up. What is the best thing, worst thing about your town? Lo mejor de Londres es que, blah, blah, the best thing about, or lo peor de Londres es que. What did your town used to be like? Now, so that's when you use the imperfect tense. So you have to say, in the past, London used to be, blah, blah. En el pasado, Londres era, and then you say an adjective. And then that is for the first paragraph. Now, second paragraph, something that you did last week in your city. So what did you do last week? So you need to use the past tense. So for example, la semana pasada fui al centro comercial. O la semana pasada me quedé en casa. Last week I stayed at home. Who with? So who were you with? Friends, family, and give an opinion. Yeah? So just give an opinion about the activity you did your last week. Then next one, this is where we are starting to link with Module 8. So environmental problems. What environmental problems exist in your town? So you can say, you can use part of the text that we saw earlier. So one of these ones, for example, en mi zona hay gente que, yeah, in my area there's people that, or en mi zona hay contaminación en los ríos y mares. Yeah? What's the cause of the problem? You know, go back to the reading activity and you can just copy paste parts of it. In your opinion, what is the most serious problem? Again, go back to that structure. It was the most serious problem. So, el problema más serio, en mi opinión, es que, yeah. And finally, ¿qué haces en casa para proteger el medio ambiente? What do you do at home to protect the environment? Now, here's where you have to use vocabulary from last week, also in Module 8. So mention 3 things that you do. So you can say, at home, I turn off the lights. And how do you do this? So you are going to start a sentence saying, en casa, para proteger el medio ambiente, and then 3 things that you do. Apago las luces, desenchufo los aparatos eléctricos y blah, blah. Yeah, 3 things. And say something that you are going to start doing that you don't do. Obviously, it does not have to be true. So you can say, in the future, I'm going to use more green products because, yeah, remember, you need the opinions, you need the reasons, past, present, and future. I want complex structures. And so I want you to tick all these things. Obviously, I'm not asking you to print it because it's not fair for you. But you have that in front of you, this structure stripped, and you have some instructions here. So again, you don't have to print it because you cannot. But if you have highlighters, each bullet point, do that in a different color. This is an example of a writing. It's not the same topic. So, for example, this student, for the first bullet point here, they highlighted that in yellow so that it was very clear. Then you will start writing the answers bullet point by bullet point, and then make sure that you have covered everything, and you have the present tense, past tense, imperfect, perfect, if you remember that one, conditional, and simple future. That's the one that you just add the E with the accent to the infinitive, yeah? Ignore this last thing here. This is more for the complex structures, the one that says cuando sea mayor, see? Or si pudiera, if I could. Okay, please make sure that this is at least 150 words and that you cover all of that. And I hope that you enjoy the lesson.